Hey everyone, this is a clip from a recent episode of the Men of Steel podcast where we talk about Superman and Superman adjacent topics. If you enjoy this clip, check out the podcast. You can find it at certainpov.com or wherever you get your shows. Let's talk about the thing that I think it was like fine, but it happened so early in the movie that's sort of like, well, whatever. The Doomsday fight. Like,
super early? He's like the first 7 minutes?
Like, he shows up, the fight itself is fine with a couple notes in there, but like was overall fine. But it doesn't, it's the name of the movie, but it's like barely the thing that you care about in this movie.
Well, they've never been good at making Doomsday an actual character. When they literally came up with the character, it was, we'll say that it's Doomsday for Superman, and then somebody in the room was like, hey, I got an idea. What if the thing that kills him is called Doomsday? Eh?
Ah.
Yeah. Like, the comic, I think, has some things going for it that are artistic elements that cannot be conveyed in any other format, such as every issue, the number of panels per page getting less and less until the final issue of the fight is just all splash pages in, like, the Walt Simonson, like, Thor versus the Midgard Serpent style. And, like, that, you know, it's cool that they did that. Like, I enjoy that they're trying to play with the medium. But Doomsday is boring. He's tough and mean, and that's it.
And here's all his dialogue. Arrgh.
Yeah. Well, in the comics, like, every now and then it'll be like Metropolis.
Yeah, because like later on, like he actually speaks a lot in like the animated iterations of, like, was it Justice League show?
Yeah, they're just unlimited.
Yeah.
In Smallville, though, they made him a human that then transforms into Doomsday, which I didn't actually see it. Yeah, he's a paramedic called Jason Bloom, or Davis Bloom, and then they reveal, like, halfway through the season, oh, he's actually Doomsday. And, okay, you know, fine. Huh. If you want to work that character in, that's fine. Yeah,
Doomsday's hard to make feel like a diegetic part of the universe. He feels like a plot device whenever he shows up. And, yeah, like, the origin that they came up with in the comic is the most ridiculous thing you could possibly imagine, especially how it ties into Superman, where it's like, oh, we're going to just murder a baby, clone it, murder it again, clone it, and that's going to, like, do evolution somehow. And it happens to be on Krypton, which is why he particularly doesn't like Superman.
That makes more sense, I suppose.
I mean, I thought they handled that part well enough here, which is that we don't talk about it here. It's just, oh, this was a weapon of war that they couldn't figure out how to turn off. And I like things like he had like a robot vision. I thought that was like a cool element where it's just like, it's trodden ground of like, oh yeah, we created a weapon and we can't figure out the off switch. Like, I feel like there's so many 80s sci-fi movies like that were like knockoffs of the Terminator, but it was, you know, like, the robot went out of control, and like I feel like that's like all over the place, and like this movie kind of is playing with that trope, but you know, I actually think that it at least is like slightly more logical of a reason for why Doomsday would exist.
Yeah, that's fair.
You don't want to kill like a baby over and over and over about 1 billion times until he turns into this huge roided out monster. You don't want that to be in your story case.
Yeah, I mean, like, ultimately this Doomsday feels like the Shaggy Man from DC Comics, you know, like the one that General Eiling possessed ultimately.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, yeah, it's a robot that literally you can't kill it. It's just going to keep on coming back. And it's going to hurt people. And, you know, it's fine. But again, it takes up like, it's maybe the break into 2, or it might be the halfway point in the movie when Doomsday is like just done. And like, that's it. That's not the movie. That's not the movie you're here for. Doomsday, and then more days after that.
Doomsday and other stuff. That's what it should be called.
Yeah.
Doomsday, kinda.
Question mark.
Remember, if you like the clip, after you're done liking and subscribing, check out certainpov.com, where you can find more episodes of the show as well as a ton of other great shows.